Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we investigate a murder of a man who just wanted love.
Something we don't have.
Yeah. Other than Jay Gatsby. His death was so influential during the time of a decaying American society. And F. Scott Fitzgerald happened to write about it. Tonight, me and my reporters are going to investigate 3 important concepts. First is the symbols located in the book. Second is the criticism of an American dream. And last but not least, why Jay Gatsby had to die. And this all will be settled after a quick commercial break.
Iron Man 3, now in theaters near you.
John T. Eckelberg and Associate Sunglasses. We're watching you.
Now back to your regular show. And welcome back to Investigation Dateline. Tonight, me and my friend Bojo Takanawa.
It's Bo Joseph, you bitch.
Okay. Anyway, him and I will be talking to you about very important things. But for now, I'll be focusing on the American dream. Wait, you haven't heard of it?
Us?
Yes, you. Except, we're going to put a spin on it. We're going to talk about Fitzgerald and the way he interprets the American dream. Now, all of you might remember that the American dream is specifically that a person will go from rags to riches. If you don't know what that means, that's where a poor person goes into becoming a rich person and gets everything he or she wants. Now, Fitzgerald's version of the American dream is mostly talking about getting your love life, or the person you've always wanted since you were young. And that is shown by multiple forms of symbolism and motifs that are created throughout the story.
Bo Joseph Nagamachi. I'm here to talk about the symbols. The green light. That is Gatsby's version of the American dream. It represents Daisy, and that is his goal, to get Daisy. Because in the past, they were lovers, but he was the poor, the dirt poor, so he could not get her, because she's the rich. He don't want to live with no dirt poor man. So, the American dream, that is what Gatsby wanted. That is love, money, and happiness. But he don't have the money to get the happiness or the love. So, that is basically the summary of the green light. I don't know if you heard.
Hello folks, I am JT Sherman, and I'll be talking about weather in The Great Gatsby. For instance, weather symbolizes the mood in the book and the character's feelings. We can see this when Gatsby and Daisy meet for the first time and it's awkward, and it's raining for the first time and it's awkward between the two and they can barely look at each other. And yes, and also when Tom and Gatsby are fighting, it symbolizes the heat of the argument because the sun was beating down and it felt like hell between the two because they just wanted to get rid of each other, out of each other's lives. And that also symbolizes the end of Gatsby's dream world where he and Daisy are together and he is rich and Tom is nowhere in the picture.
My name is Christian Lewis and I'll be doing the motif for geography in the book. First of all, there's the East Egg, and that's where the old rich people are. Not the old rich as in old and nasty, but as in they got their money from, like, their parents or something like that. In the West Egg, there's the newly rich people, such as Gatsby, who got his money by obtaining it through hard work. Then there's the Valley of Ashes, which represents the moral decay of America during that time. And of course, let's not forget New York City, where it's a quest for pleasure and enjoyment. I'm Christian Lewis. Now back to you, Dave Biliani.
Hello, my name is Lorenzo Don Quixote, and I'm going to be talking about the symbolism of cars in The Great Gatsby. Cars symbolize the wealth of the rich and like their class because only the high class have the best cars with the nicest color. So the cars represent freedom for people that can own them because they can go where they want and do what they want with it. But with that freedom comes recklessness, which is why Myrtle died getting hit by a car. because Daisy was driving it recklessly. And Jordan is just a bad driver in general. So, and they think they can do this because of their high status. So, yeah.
You're going to say your closing?
Oh, back to you, whatever your name is.
And tonight we are also going to investigate and ask different people what they have of their opinions dealing with the actual credibility of the book.
Okay, Mr. Wolf CM, how did you know the deceased Mr. Gatsby?
Well, my name is Wolfstein, and I knew Gatsby because when he came back from the war, he was basically dirt poor. He wore his uniform every day because he had nothing else to wear. So I brought him in my business and made him rich. That's basically how I know him.
Is it true that you didn't go to Gatsby's funeral, even though you were affiliated with him?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, for a while, I would stay with friends who had died till the bitter end, and I mean the bitter end. So I prefer to show my friendship to friends while they're alive and not while they're dead.
So, sir, what was your profession? Because I've heard rumors that you rigged the World Series in 1919.
I see you're staring at my cufflink.
You were thought to be one of Gatsby's closest friends. Why didn't you attend his funeral?
Oh, so that's the guy's name? I only liked him because of all of his parties and of how well known he was. Also, I boarded at his house, which basically means I just lived there.
Mr. Tom Buchanan, do you have any information regarding why George killed Gatsby?
Well, his wife recently died before the death of Gatsby. And due to his wife's death, he became emotionally unstable. He walked into my front door with a gun in his hand. And of course, I didn't want him to shoot any of my family. So I told him it was Gatsby. And I guess that's what happened right after that.
So, why did you tell George that it was Gatsby that killed Myrtle?
Because that no good, old sport was trying to steal my wife.
Okay then. Sound reasoning?
Hello, I'm JT Sherman, and I'm here to interview Daisy Buchanan. Daisy, how do you feel about Gatsby's death?
Well, I'm very sad that it had to happen. It was a very tragic event.
Excuse me.
As I was saying, me and Gatsby, we were once close friends. It's just so bad that it had to happen like this. But I'm just glad I have my husband Tom to console me.
After seeing all the varying perspectives of all the characters who have been portrayed in the book, Bojo and I are now going to conclude on what we have to say.
You know, Dave, you know what makes me so mad?
What?
That slimeball Tom Buchanan had to sell out Gatsby like that to the crazy person. He didn't deserve to die. He lived a glorious life. You know what's even worse?
What?
None of his friends, none of them show up to the funeral. That Mayor Wolfheim, he the business partner, and that other guy, the Cliff Springer, he lived with them. He don't even come to the funeral. No appreciation.
Well, at least his father came.
At least the father came. In China, that Cliff Springer guy, he'd be punished so bad.
I see. Anyway, back to the main point. The symbols and motifs we have just spoken about, specifically geography, the cars, and the weather, and the green light, have all been very key to the book, and have brought very different points, especially from Bojo's point of view.
See,
Fitzgerald's version of the American Dream and criticism is very, very striking. Do you have any input on that, Bojo?
well, the main criticism, is a moral decay of the people in that era. Like that Buchanan boy. He just sold out Gatsby out of anger. No moral at all.
Very strong words there, Bojo.
And cut!
Oh, thank God.
Stop talking in this stupid voice and this mustache.
I know it's annoying, man.
Bitches.
What the?
What the heck is that?
I have no idea. What is this green thing? What the? Isn't Gatsby dead?
Who let that kid in?
What the? Security!
Hey guys, what about me?
Sherman.
Dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei. Numai ei. Numai ei. Chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei. Numai ei. Numai ei. Chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi.
Te sun să-ți spun ce simt acum. Alo, iubirea mea, sunt eu, fericirea.
Sunt Iași, Picasso, ți-am dat. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei. Numai ei. Numai ei. Chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei. Numai ei. Numai ei. Chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi.
Yeah.